So one study showed that around 60% of kids have had sex by their senior year of high school. So that's over the majority. So due to the fact that the majority of kids are or have had sex, just emphasizes the need for a form of sexual education in schools. So I say that each high school needs to provide students with some kind of sex ed class before they graduate. So to show you more about like how important it is, I'll talk about statistics, different programs, and then what other students have to say about it. So obviously why we need this, like I said, a lot of kids have either had sex or are having sex, and so by doing this, it would lower like teen pregnancy rates. It would lower it would lower it would lower amounts of like the amount of teenagers who like contract sexually transmitted infections. And another reason that we need this is because, as you can see here, like parents don't always talk to kids about sex and everything. So if parents aren't talking, who else is going to? So this graph just shows it's teenagers age 15 and 19 who have received any form of sex ed, like, by their parents. And so, like, I don't know, some areas are more than others, but not all parents are. I mean, some of them have, but not all of them have. So after looking at like the reasons, we need to talk about like what we should teach. It's easy to just say, oh, we need to have some form of sex ed, but it's like what we need to teach that people get upset about sometimes. Because some people would argue that school should only be teaching abstinence because it's the right thing for kids to be doing, and kids shouldn't be having sex, therefore schools don't need to teach them how to have safe sex. And that's all fine, except for studies show that that doesn't work. One report that I read showed that having a comprehensive program, which means that schools are teaching like they teach like safe sex, birth control, ways to prevent STIs. It better prepares them for whenever they do, and it just helps because you're not hearing rumors from your friends like, oh yeah, this will help you, or you should do this. You get the like actual facts straight from a teacher who is licensed and knows what they're talking about. But like I said, that particular study showed that it's more effective to teach comprehensive and like throw in like a little bit of abstinence. Like, you should not be having sex, but if you do, here's how you do it safely. And that was more successful than just having comprehensive or just having an abstinence program. At our school, if you take health, you get it's not like a full-on comprehensive program because it's like one section of the whole health class. But I took health 1 and health 2, and it was all about like birth control. There's stuff about sexually transmitted infections. So I'd say we have more of a comprehensive program, but it's still not like a full-on required. Not everybody has to take it. It's more of if you want to take it, you can. So, like, I told you like why we need to have it and like what we would teach, but then another issue is like when to teach it. And one stat that I saw showed that it was around like age 15 and 16, depending on if you're a boy or girl. Anywhere from like age 15 to 17 is when most kids lose their virginity. So it's better to have it taught as like a sophomore class because it's not too early before the majority of kids have started having sex, but it's not too late either. It's a good time because they're mature enough to handle it, and it's around the time that they're going to, but it's not too early. And then my other slides, my stats that I have. California adopted the comprehensive program, and that's just a graph of how their teen birth rates have gone down since they've put this program into plan. And then I talked to 50 kids around the high school, and as you can see, the majority of people said that they thought that our school should be teaching safe sex and abstinence. Not only abstinence, not only safe sex, but both. And then nobody said that they shouldn't be teaching anything. So sex ed in schools is a topic that has been argued by many people. Some people believe we should not allow schools to be teaching it at all. But looking at all this information, you can see why it's kind of important. So each high school needs to provide students with a class on sex ed to prevent pregnancies, STIs, and other necessary information.